Declutter Queen with Avery Cundill.
Welcome back to the Declutter Queen. Last episode, we focused on clearing out our calendars and getting rid of things that we can, maybe things that didn't serve us well. So the next question is, what about the rebuild? What do I put back in? Today, we're going to rebuild our calendars with intention so that our calendars actually reflect our values, support our energy, and give us breathing room. So when we do this exercise, it's important to remember that we need to build around energy, not obligation. Okay, what do I mean? So let's think of a calendar as a big circle in front of us that you can fill however you want. Are you a morning person? So do you feel the most focused and energized in the morning? I know that I tend to be a little bit of a morning person, so I know if I want to get stuff done, I schedule it in before 11 a.m. That's when I can really get shit done. Now, maybe you're a night owl. Maybe scheduling high-value tasks at night, that's your more natural rhythm. So you don't have to do it in the morning, but find a block of time or come to an agreement with yourself. When are you the most focused and energized? So let's take a look at how this might work. So we're rebuilding the calendar. You may want to put creative work during this high energy time, whatever that is for you. You may want to put administrative or maybe meetings during the lower energy hours. Of course, breaks are non-negotiable. You need those. And remember, if things are not on our calendar, they often don't happen. So feel very free. In fact, do it. Schedule rest, schedule fun, schedule buffer times too. Sometimes this can make our calendars look funny, like from 1 to 1:30, lie down. But that's okay, because when you see it, you're more likely to do it. Now, another suggestion may be to use time blocks instead of to-do lists. And this can help us reduce overwhelming lists with a more gentle structure. So, for example, try these simple time blocks. An example could be focus work. Deep tasks, you maximum 1 to 2 per day. Administration work, or a block of administration, emails, errands, small tasks. That could be another block on your calendar. Meetings might be best batched together if you can, maybe at a time where you can handle those, maybe when your energy is up. Personal time like walks, meals, what I like to call joy breaks, put those in at times where you know you're going to need them. And then think of an evening wind down. Could be screen-free time. Slow down your routine at night so that you can set yourself up for a very successful sleep. And sleep is really, really important. We're going to get to this in another episode, but when your body does not get the rest, everything else suffers. I was speaking about this with a friend of ours over the week, and we were talking about how when you get a good night's sleep, the entire rest of your calendar goes better. So when we schedule in these kind of blocks, we help prevent overload. And it also gives you a visual to let you see how much space you have. So if you feel like it, you can color code it. If you're a color code kind of person, put focus work in purple, put administrative works in blue. You get the gist. And last but not least, make your calendar feel spacious. And what do I mean by that? Build in padding. So 10 to 15 minutes between tasks can be a life changer and a lifesaver. Also, say no to overbooking. So even if your calendar looks open, don't crowd it in thinking, oh, I've got a little tiny block here, I can shove it in. Take that time. Leave it open. Space. Another thing I like to do is to leave at least one unscheduled evening per week. A wonderful thing to have. I got nothing tonight, maybe even 2. And then ask yourself, before you put something new into your calendar, does this feel doable or am I cramming? Remember, your calendar needs to support you, not suffocate you. Another thing I like to do, and just a suggestion, but again, for that rebuild, I like to do a weekly reset. So it could be Sunday or could be early Monday. Quickly take a scan of your week. And then this is kind of joyful, but maybe remove a block. Anything that feels off, get rid of it. And also make sure you've got that one joyful thing this week, maybe even 2, so that your calendar makes you smile. Another thing I like to do is to choose one thing to protect fiercely, whether it's your workout, whether it's a meditation, whether it's a stroll, whether it's cooking and baking. Put one thing in there that is not negotiable. Remember, a decluttered calendar isn't empty. It's intentional. It holds space for what you want to do, not just what you have to do. So you deserve a calendar. You deserve a schedule that reflects your real life, real energy, and real joy. And this is not to say that your calendar doesn't have work and doesn't have things that you don't want to do. But what it does mean is to intentionally add things in a way that doesn't crowd, that doesn't clutter, and still brings you joy and some breathing.
And now, the Queen responds to your silly little questions. Should I sell, donate, or trash items?
Each option, whether to sell, donate, or trash, and by trash I also mean recycle, has its place depending on the condition of the item. So for example, for high value items such as electronics, furniture, and other things, you may want to sell. Now remember, selling takes time, whether you're putting it on a marketplace or eBay or you're taking it to a consignment store. It takes time. So only do this if you enjoy it. It can be discouraging to give yourself a mountain of things, start to deal with that. Just do it if you enjoy it and if you really think there's worth there. Donation is great for clothes, kitchenware, books, toys, and other home goods. It's fast and it can be very satisfying for most people. Personally, I love the donate option. The thrift stores make it really easy to drop off and done. Trash and recycle is best for broken, stained, unusable, or expired items. So if you're stuck, choose that method because that will get it out of your home the quickest. I'm not being a proponent of trashing everything, but we know when something is ready for the garbage.
How do I declutter when I don't have that much time?
Time, something that is elusive for all of us. So this one is great for micro decluttering techniques. And when I say that, I mean quick strategies, such as a 10-minute timer. How much can I really do before the timer ends? A drawer per day. Another option is to do a get rid of 5 items every time you clean a room. Just 5. Fill a bag Fridays. We can make it fun. So 1 bag of clutter out weekly. Could be Friday, could be another day. Declutter passively while you're watching TV, listening to a podcast or music. Little by little is still progress. Again, Rome wasn't built in a day. Can't get it all done in one day.
Thanks for listening to The Declutter Queen with Avery Cundill. For more decluttering tips and tricks, go to thedeclutterqueen.ca.
Produced and distributed by the Sound Off Media Company.